Abraham and Thakore design label is one of the most respected and successful design labels in India as well as in Sri Lanka at the Colombo Fashion Week. And today I am here with Rakesh Thakore, one from the two designers of the Abraham and Thakore design label. Hi Rakesh, how are you feeling?
I'm great, thank you so much.
Rakesh, just to speak a little bit about how you are in Sri Lanka. This is not your first time. What is it about Sri Lanka that brings you back? And we love to have you here. What is it about Sri Lanka? Is the audience? How do you connect with the audience? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I think it's a great combination. The island is amazing in terms of the culture, the food, and the people most importantly. And that's what actually attracts us the most being here. It's a language that, of course, is very difficult for us. But in spite of that, I think everybody here that we have met over the years have always been so charming. And that's such a gift from the people.
Well, we love to have you here. And also, Rakesh, speaking a little bit about the collection, it was part of the grand finale yesterday. Tell us about the collection. Our audience would love to hear about it. What was the focus? And if you could take us through the thought process put behind to the collection, that would be perfect.
Well, the collection was called Body Language.
Okay.
And that was got to do with communication. And we communicated the collection very strong palette, which is black and white. And we bring in a lot of techniques that we work with continuously. We e-cut for the alphabets, and that's scale. We done them in very, very fine using the Zardozi technique, and done fabrics like silk cottons, georgettes as well. And that's the area that we actually work the most in. And there's a lot of hand block printing. So these are all hand techniques that we've actually involved in the collection.
Speaking a little bit about the hand block printing, there is a lot of block printing and also embroidery handcraft involved as well, is that right? Is there a reason why you use it as such?
As we're based in a country which is basically so full of techniques and craftsmanship, and I think the thing is to continue working with these crafts. And that's how we actually indulge each season that we take it forward, bringing a new language into the collection.
Okay, well, love it. And also, Rakesh, speaking about how the collection was black and white with a splash of color, I believe. Could you tell us about that? And is there a reason why you wanted to go ahead with black and white as such?
Well, this collection was entirely black and white. There was no color in it at all, actually. And the reason we do a black and white is a strong part of every collection that we have. But the entire collection was in black and white. In the early collections that we brought in black and white has always been with a little bit of color, but this specifically, Body Language has been in black and white. The reason black and white is because we actually think, and black and white actually makes a lot of sense for us because it brings us the proportions and the composition in that. So that's actually the reason why we do a lot of black and white.
Okay, well, interesting. Rakesh, also because we did speak about this a little bit before, but to ask you a little bit about the design label, and I know you mentioned that there are 3 partners. Could you tell us about the different areas that you handle and what's that like? How does the expertise come in different ways?
Well, it's interesting actually. David and I have been contemporaries at the design school in Ahmedabad, which is the National Institute of Design. And we speak the similar language in terms of design because we actually trained together. We spent about a decade of doing things in our own fields. David concentrated largely on fashion, and his skills lie there entirely. I did a lot of exhibitions overseas, working out of India, commissioning textiles. So I was busy with that sort of space. Then once we decided to start the company, we had Kevin Neagley join us. So he's our third partner. And the association with all 3 of us has been since then. And the working it's very important actually because you have to get along with each other. Of course, at times you differ in terms of how you actually see things. But David and I actually see things very differently to how Kevin, but it's always nice to have a third person who actually then brings it together as well in many ways.
Yeah.
And it's been a good journey, I think so. And it is important for us to actually still be in the same space. We work in our own areas, and David does mostly the thinking part of it, which is the conceiving of the collection. I interpret it in terms of weaves and techniques that we actually have to work with in it. We have a very nice young team of designers in-house that actually then take it forward. Initially, we used to do a lot of trips to the weaving centers.
Okay.
Now it's sort of lessened because we actually have trained the designers to actually do that, so they can take that forward. And it's been wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rakesh, for speaking to us, for giving us a brilliant collection with so much meaning behind it. Thank you for being here in Sri Lanka. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love being here. Thank you.